NBA2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan.
And guys, this really sets up to be an incredible night in terms of excitement. From the coaches to the players, to us here in the booth. I mean, this is such a fantastic event to be a part of.
Guys, it really is the greatest all-star game in all the sports, in my opinion. We have the best players in the NBA at the peak of their powers. I mean, I can't wait to see what this year's game has in store for us.
A look at the West All-Stars starting group. They've got LeBron James, Lee out there with Simmons. Then it's Pascal Siakam. And it's KD in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Boy, I love the unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open Antetokounmpo, make sure you get the ball.
And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible. And they are the best players in the world.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand, the biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
Here's Simmons after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Siakam outside. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Young's shot is off. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the West All-Stars. 4-point game. Chalk up 2 there.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game. And he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
Now here's Giannis. The shot, no good. Good D by Siakam. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. He didn't talk a lot about their game strategy. It was just about getting guys involved when they're on the floor. He also wants to see certain lineups together. He said it's fun dreaming about what could be if you had all this talent on the same team. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And he's been a gem this year. I mean, there have been so many highlights for him all over the first half of this season.
And I've got a feeling, Greg, he's just getting warmed up. I think he'll be even better after the All-Star break.
Here's Simmons following the basket by Trae Young. And it's good, 2 points.
Not much in the way of defense being played here early on.
Well, you know how it works. I mean, both teams will be conserving their energy at the defensive end until later on. That's typically how this thing unfolds.
Now, here is Young over Simmons. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Young's got his second bucket.
And a depth mid-range shooter as well. All Young needs is a little breathing room, and he set the fire.
Pass to Siakam. There's Lee with the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Lee's got 7 points in the game.
I know we never see a lot of defense in these games, but tonight we're not seeing any.
Simply call it a free-for-all. I mean, you want the guys to have fun out there, but it would be nice to see some effort put into the defensive end of the floor.
The East All-Stars shooting their first free throw tonight. The free throw drops for Towns.
I think this is one of the great strengths in Towns' game. Very reliable shooter from the foul line. Forces the defense not to be too anxious to send him to the strike.
Here's what the East is going with right now. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Beal comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Doncic is checked in for James Harden. And it's Damian Lillard in for Trae Young. Williamson banked in off the glass.
And Williamson doesn't let up consistently in attack mode. Love his rabid intensity on the backboard.
Now here's Lillard. For 3. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. And here's the West with the ball. To the paint. Here's Williamson. lays it up off the glass. Williamson's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean,
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
And now that's what these people came to see, just punishing the rim.
Boy, that was tremendous. That one will be worth some points in the dunk contest.
No good that time. Good D by Embiid. And so here are the West All-Stars. 6-point lead. And stolen by Lillard. Out of bounds, it'll be the West All-Stars ball. And the East... They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Trae Young is out there with Harden. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Leonard in at the 4. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars.
Yeah, a little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
Now here's Harden. Fires for 3. And James pulls it down. Over in the corner, Lee. A three-pointer off the mark. There's the lob at Antetokounmpo. Can't hit that one.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Now here's Antetokounmpo after the miss from Lee. Giannis passes to Young. Sinks the triple. Young's got 7 points.
You have to guard Young tight. You got to know he's thinking of shooting as soon as the ball hits his hands.
Lee outside. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And, guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
And Harden with the basket on the assist by Leonard. Harden's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And, you know, the thing about Harden, crafty in the paint, he really finds angles and avenues to get the shots he wants when you don't think there's any angle or avenue to find.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Young against Lee. Giannis, that's a 2-pointer. A shot that time, not on target. Now the West All-Stars the other way. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead, and the shot goes down.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Now, here is Young. 7 points in the game. Down low, here's Leonard. Good, it's Harden with the assist that time. Leonard's got his second bucket of the night.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Giannis, that's a 2-pointer. Can't nail the jumper.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy.
And so it's the West All-Stars cruising into the quarter break with a 20. One half remaining in the NBA All-Star game. Good to have you along on 2K Sports.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second has even more in store for us.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final 2 quarters.
all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for the West All-Stars, we've got Durant. Siakam is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Lee in at the 2 spot. Offensive rebound. And Giannis gets it to go.
Really, you know what? Trying to keep Antetokounmpo off the glass, that's a tough assignment because he's long and he can leap.
James finds Lee. The rebound by Young. Fires the 3. Hits it from three-point range. Young's got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an all-star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
And 2 teammates there hooking up on that bucket. Always a little bit of an advantage to have guys out there who know each other.
It sure is. I mean, it eliminates some of that getting to know you feeling out period.
And that one's good. Leonard.
Gotta love seeing Giannis move the ball. Not just a scorer now, but a capable passer, too.
Young passes to Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows.
You know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
To the inside, the 9-foot shot, and it's Lee that time on the assist by Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists tonight.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Leonard looking over the floor. From deep, Walker. The West All-Stars pull it in.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Outside, Simmons. And the dunk by Williamson.
And yeah, he's 280 pounds. We've never seen anyone hang in the air like this young man. Williamson is special.
Walker against Lee. Outside, Walker over Lee. Walker's shot is off. And so it's the West All-Stars, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
Well, we're back on a night that's always a highlight of any NBA season. We're live from the All-Star game.
And, you know, you always look forward to this game, and this one certainly has lived up to the billing so far.
There is not another show in sports quite like the NBA All-Star game, is there?
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Young, then it's Wall, and it's Harden in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for the East. Harden, no good.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Lee. No good with the layup.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Yeah, you know, John Wall is so masterful as a floor general. He's a real maestro out there, terrific at finding the open guy on time and on target.
Tipped away, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. And some changes here for the East. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Tatum. And Antetokounmpo subbed in for John Wall. And West also making a switch. Durant's checked in. Lee kicks to Siakam. Shot clock at 5. Shot from the wing, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Lee finds James. And here is Durant. Now Lee, defended by Towns. Shots good by Lee.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
And so Young will bring it up for the East All-Stars. The dish to Towns. Fans are always trying to distract opposing players during free throws. Have you ever seen that work in an arena?
No, I think it's just a nice workout for the fans, Kevin, quite honestly. I mean, if a guy misses, it's not because the fans have gone crazy behind the basket. It's because he shot it left or right or short or long. It's not because of the fans being on top of him, at least in my opinion.
Right. And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
Passes it to Young. Harden outside. Towns trying to get open. The offensive rebound.
Yeah, you know, the energy, the hustle, the length and reach. Towns using it all to perfection when he attacks the offensive glass.
Outside, Simmons. Pass to Lee. Knocked loose. Stolen by Harden. Dishes it to Leonard.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the lift.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Inside, Durant, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And Durant has experience running that pick and roll, diving perfectly off the screen.
Doncic passes to Lillard. Back to Doncic. There's the pass to Giannis. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up again. It's not going to go for him. The West All-Stars will go the other way with him. KD on the wing. To the middle. Here's Lee. Siakam kicks to LeBron. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Harden outside. Shoots over Curry. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Lee outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the East All-Stars will take it the other way. Beal, the pass to Lillard. Here's Doncic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to... Here's Curry. So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong. But tonight, the West seemed a little more comfortable playing together as a unit, and that's what earned them the win.
You mentioned that all broadcast long, and sure enough, it came to fruition.